For those of you who are expecting Speaker of the Dead, it is coming, I promise. Today's book review is on To Believe or Not to Believe, the Societal and Neurological Consequences of Belief Systems by Rahasya Poe. Now isn't that a mouthful? I have to be honest, I did not pick this book out for myself. I had an obligation to read it for this radio gig I am doing with Don Tevy for Angels and Warriors. But I figured, free book? Sure, why not? When I got the book, my first thought was, meh, it's only 300 pages. Should take me, what, a week? Because nonfiction always takes a little bit longer. The idea of the story seemed interesting enough, if not a little scientific. Then I read the preface, and I thought, oh, crap. This book was written by a New Age conspiracy theorist who is going to bash on God, but believes that aliens walk among us. I am so screwed. Now, for those of you who fit into any of those categories, please do not be offended. I have nothing against these types of people. I have very good friends who run the gamut from hippie to capitalist, from conspiracy theorist to super patriot, from Wiccan to strict Catholic. I am very open-minded. But my open mind has this very OCD need to verify any fact that is not generally known. I never believe anything just because people say so. If someone says it's raining outside, I have to check. So, reading a book like this, I knew I was going to be doing a lot of source checking as I went along. This took a week-long read and made it a month-long read. On top of that, the first three sources of the book were Wiki, and The End of America, a book written by a doomsday journalist and past advisor to Al Gore, who is on the no-fly list. Yeah. For those of you in the world of academia, you can totally see why I was just an eensy-weensy bit leery. But I had an obligation to read this book, and it was based on a very real premise that I fully believe in. The idea that people's belief systems gone unchallenged can be very destructive, not only to themselves, but to those around them. From a very early age, I was taught to question everything. This sense of curiosity and need to know has driven more than a few teachers just a little bit crazy. It's also led to me marrying a man with a similar sense of curiosity and a morbid sense of humor. He convinced a rational thinking person that Bic makes coffins just to see if he could. Yeah, I don't believe anything. But back to the book. Fair warning, most of you will not like this book. There were even times when I didn't much like it. But I think that people should read it, because the point of the book is not for you to like it. The point is to take a hard look at what you believe and why. It also paints a view of what others believe, and it's very important for us to take a look at what others in this world believe, because we all have to share this planet. Now, I feel that he did spend too much of the book bashing on God, and I did find it slightly ironic that his belief in alien interactions is just as absurd and based on as little concrete proof as the world's religions. But his point is that people need to be open to other possibilities. In the second part of the book, he also has some very interesting interviews with people, such as Dr. Andrew Newberg, who has done some fascinating research using neuroimaging to see how the brain is affected by various mental states, and another interview with Masaru Emoto, who captures frozen water crystals in photographs that present a glimpse into water's mysterious response to thoughts, words, and pictures. But I think my favorite interview was with Rick Ray on behalf of the Dalai Lama. And my favorite quote was when the author asked what should be done about all the religious and political conflicts in the world, and the Dalai Lama replied, "The only thing we can do is to have more picnics and festivals." The point being to focus more on the good that we have in common and to create opportunities for dialogue. Although there is a lot of information to sift through in this book, there are some very good messages. Unfortunately, the first part of the book is so negatory towards others' religious beliefs that it will prevent most from ever getting to the good stuff. I give it a 3 out of 5 stars.